So my name is Jako Lucas. I've been a professional guide for about 15 years now, and yeah, it all started for me from a very, very early age. I was kind of born into fishing. My dad's always been a competitive angler for rock and surf fishing, basically where we just fish for the biggest fish we can possibly do from the surf. And yeah, so I've got these very early pictures of me just like as a baby lying in between my dad's reels while he's fishing for big sharks on the surf. So I think it was inevitable that was going to happen. I still even have these little drawings when I was in kindergarten where every time somebody gave me a piece of paper, I would draw a shark or a fish or something. So I think my parents also know this is only going one way, which they're happy about. And but went through school. I was quite a competitive sportsman, so I was taking part in any sports I can, especially rugby and cricket, and just did as many sports as I could. But I've also very early realized that it was just taking up too much of my fishing time. So I knew there was just one direction this was going, and finished school, went to university, and I also remember sitting in classes in university where I'd be going, geez, I'd rather be on the river or fishing for something somewhere. So it was funny, I had a good friend that also fished with me in university, and I remember sometimes when we were fishing on the river, he'd be saying, we're probably missing logistics class now, and I'd be like, yep, but I'm in a good place at the moment. But yeah, my parents knew that, they'd be horrified, but got educated, got a degree, and then took it from there. I was also lucky enough, I loved fishing, but I never knew that it was possible to make a career out of it. But I was lucky enough, I was in this little town close to the ocean in East London, and I met a guy called Keith Rosenis, and it was funny, he told me about this amazing job that you can actually make a living out of fishing, and he'd actually just come from a season in Pinoy. He looked pretty beaten down, but the stories he told me was just absolutely amazing, and he told me the steps that I needed to do to become a fishing guide, and I kind of followed those steps exactly the way he said it, and I finished my degree, went to go and work in a fly fishing shop in London in Farlows, and after that I kind of phoned him up and said, look, I did what you told me to do, and now you got to give me a job. And lo and behold, 2 weeks later, I was in Cosmolito in one of the best fisheries on the planet, and then it just went on from there. I mean, it's phenomenal, and I can't think of another career that I would ever want to follow. This is my life, and this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, and I love it, and I love every minute of it.